This is Dirshu Mishnah Berurah. We continue learning Siman Nun Vav. Siman Nun Vav, the halachas of answering to Kaddish. Yesterday we began Sif Aleph. Today we're going to conclude Sif Aleph and move on to Sif Beis. In Sif Aleph, we're up to the Ramah that said you're not mafsuk tinimein yesh meiraba and mivarach. Says Mishnah Berurah Sif Kotan Dalin mivarach. Ayin Magen Avram says the Mishnah Berurah Delfi Devarav Gam Ben Yehi Shmei L'Rabba in L'Mafsik. You should not be mafsik between Yehi Shmei and Rabba. Continues Mishnah Berurah Sif Kotan Hey, in which the Machaber said you should answer B'Kol Ram. So yesterday we explained the Maimer Chazal of B'Kol Koichai. What does it mean to answer with your entire strength? And we want to remember Leiv in Nefesh with sincerity, B'Kol Eivarov with intent, with Kavanah. Now the Machaber explains you should answer B'Kol Ram. Says Mishnah Berurah, what does it mean to answer B'Kol Ram? Explains Sivkot and Eish Yidei Zeh Misoyer Kavana. We learn a big rule over here that saying something out loud brings out and awakens Kavana intent. Yidei Kol Zeh Mispaling Zeres Kashas, and saying it out loud it nullifies bad decrees. We call Makon Leitin Kodesh Gedoylois. She's related to Allah b'nei Adam v'yikra lemchay. It says Mishnah Berurah, don't be screaming like a crazy person that could cause people to laugh and whatnot. Rather, it just means out loud to bring out kavanah. Says the Mishnah Berurah Sivkot and Vav, commenting on the Mechaber that said we should be lishtadel, lorot, we should be running after a Kaddish, and as we pointed out yesterday, not bemoaning when there's an extra Kaddish at the end of davening, but lorot, to run. Lishmaya Kaddish Sivkot and Vav, says the Mishnah Berurah, Shani asamein yehei shmei rabo mitzvah gidoyla me'oid. Yesterday he taught us me'oid, very careful not to talk during Kaddish. Today, says the Mishnah Berurah, the answer Ameni Yishrabah is a mitzvah gedoyla. It's a great mitzvah. Ameni Yishrabah adif tefei mikadusha umaydim. I don't know if it's such a known fact. People want to make it for Shmona Esrei, for kedusha, which of course is important. Like we learned, you want to daven tefillah b'tziver. But says the Mishnah Berurah, answering Ameni Yishrabah mivarach is even greater than kedusha umaydim. Ulacheit. There's many minyanim. Should answer many Yisrael Rabba Kol Makam. Miyesh Tafanu Shtei Bat Kinisias. You have two shuls. Be'echad Magiyam LeKaddish Echar Shmona Esrei. Be'echad Magiyam LeKedusha. So what do you choose? Yelech v'yane Kedusha. Why? Didn't I just tell you? Ask the Mishnah Berurah that you should go and say Mini Yisrael Rabba is greater than Kedusha. You know why? Kisham Yishma Gam Kein HaKaddish Echar Shmona Esrei. Says Mishnah Berurah, don't be silly. You're right. Right now, you're choosing Kaddish, but then eventually afterwards, you're going to as well get the Kaddish. Also, lahavzik be'emsa mini yishmi rabbi cannot be mafzik kishishmaya kedusha ulahepech sarich ian. Says the Mishnah Berurah Sivkot and Zayin Yish Lam, you should be standing when you hear kedusha. Adach shesay mini yishmi rabbi until that first mini yishmi rabbi v'yishayimim shish lam adach armin shalach yisbarach v'yimru amen. Some say the entire Kaddish. Davar, Sivkot and Ches, comments the Mishnah Berurah on the words of the Ramah that says, not only do you stand for Kaddish, but also for every Davar Shebik Dusha. Says the Mishnah Berurah, V'yishayim she'in sarach lam. But some say you don't have to stand. El shekol Kaddish tfasei shet fasei mo'oimeid gon nachar halel. Any Kaddish which is at a point, a juncture in which you're standing, lo yeshavat she'ana amen yishmi rabba, then you shouldn't sit down. So you don't necessarily, says the second opinion, stand up for Kaddish. But if you're standing, for example, after Hallel, then you should not sit until Amen Yeshmi Rabbi. We should be wary for their words to be machmer. From Eglon Melech Moav Sheyanachi, he was a guy, and he stood up. A guy is a king, but he's turned on his throne for the word of Hashem. We see the power of a simple, and not such a simple, but what we would think is a mere Kaddish. Incredible learning out from a king. If a king stood up, certainly we should be standing for Kaddish. Kavanas Isa, it says in Kabbalah, Kavanas Al-Rizal Sharizal Haya, Noig Bekol HaKaddish Al-Achar Amida. All the Kaddish after Shmona Esrei, the Shachar, Mincha, V'Arvis, so Yanishar Oimid, he would stay standing. And to skabel the Kaddish Shalim after Kriyas HaTorah, he would sit afterwards. Kaddish Arvish Shal Shabbos Lanoigim Leimer Kaddish Kodim Baruch Hu Dosei Kaddish Baruch Hu Gam Kini Shaimrim Sheyesh Lamoid. And then what should you do? Sifkat and Tas, we conclude this if Excuse me, a few more sivkatans. The Ramah said, if you come to the shul and you hear them answering Amen to Kaddish, you should answer with them. Sivkatan test. Says the Mishnah Berurah, you come at the end of Amen Yesh Mirabah, Hainu, Sha'im Mevarech Uchadayim, Afilu Achi Yomer Yesh Mirabah, you should still grab one Yesh Mirabah. V'liyamer Amen. The Amen, Koyel Yiskadel the Sheikh Sibur. The Amen goes on the Yiskadel of the Sheikh Sibur, so you can't say that because you didn't hear that. But you can still say Yesh Mirabah, the Sheikh Sibur. Amen Yesh Mirabah, Shevach Labeh Nafshe, the Hey Shmei Rabbah, that itself is a praise. If you come for the end of Kedusha, you can say with them. If you come while they're saying Amen Yesh Mirabah, you Gam Ken Imam Amen Yesh Mirabah. Im Yachal Az Lechamim Daiti Kenias Amin Sheis Baina Ama Hu Aina Kenir Lenias Daiti V'Kavanah Magen Avram V'Ayin Ebelvusha Yisrad. Kshem Maschel Sivkat in Yod said the Ramah Kshem Maschel Yiskadi Yishomer V'Atal Yignal Na Koyach. Says Mishmur, what does that mean? Kolaima. Before you begin Kaddish to Bishasha, when the Chazan is saying Yiskadal, as we saw yesterday, but Kol Koichai, believe in Nefesh, Bikavani, you have to listen. No, not even thinking and learning. You have to understand and listen what the Sheikh Sibur is saying. It says that Arizal don't say these psukim. It's not the right thing to do. Ein lamer ben yishav l'yoytzer because Jarvis Shubein Gula Tfilu Chamang Yishas Lahavsik. Whenever you can't talk, you don't say these psukim, and most do have the meaning not to say these psukim. Let's just begin. The Mechaber in Siv Beis says Siv Beis Ukisheshliach Siber Oimer Yisparach Kol Amana Amen v'chein Shamer Brechu v'chein Shamer Vimru Amen v'lo nagu Leimer Amen Achar, and Zan the minute say Amen, and we don't have the next page. So tomorrow we will pick up from Sif Beis B'siyata Dishmaya.